Hey Tubesters, this is the last video for my Sigil-Craft mini-series. After this, we're going to start straight into the Juju Magic videos. So, today, we're going to be talking about Mantrical Sigils. These are, they're a very different type of sigil in the sense of you take a phrase, it's always a phrase, so anywhere from 3 to 5 words, and then you would cross out the repeated consonants and vowels. A lot of people think that you only cross out the repeated consonants. Sorry, I had to change that. Oh, you can see a little bit in my book. I don't know if that was in the yesterday's video or not, but it's a little bit of the book. And then you basically take whatever letters you have left and you rearrange them to make some words that you recite as a mantra. And these are ones that are, this is probably the easiest one because you don't have to charge them at all. The charging comes with the vibration of you speaking them. So, I'm gonna share with you the very first Mantrical sigil, and it might actually be that, no, well, it's not the only one, but it's the very first one, that I ever made. Is that the one? Yeah, okay. So, this is basically what we did, or what I did. So, it's the, oh, I can't read. Finish Mantrical intentions. Okay, so that was the phrase. This is something that my, the divine told me in a meditation. The power is in me, and it's kind of stuck with me ever since. And so then, well, I can't read that. Oh, I messed up. Okay, now it's correct. And so then I crossed out any repeat letters, which I think in this case it was only, yeah, it was only consonants. I mean, it was only vowels. And then I wrote the remaining letters here. And then I rearranged them until I got this, which looks like it says Prontus Wem, or whatever you want to say. And what's really cool about these is that you can play with the pronunciation. So it could be Prontus Wem, or it can be, as I say it, Prontus Wem. And I feel like that really puts that power, saying it with the pronunciation of prone. I just feel it really makes it more potent. So, feel free to use that one if you want, but we are going to make one in this video. And actually we're going to make two. So I'm going to write down the phrases. I find strength. Oops. Strength in the madness. I think that's really good for this time. Now with this, you don't have to worry about making your letters, you know, perfectly lined up and everything like that. You can get lazy with writing them, because you're not using them, well, you are using them to form a sigil, but not to form shapes, if that makes any sense. You're not doing what you do for the word sigil, let's put it that way. Alright, so you cross out, okay, so that's our, I guess, intention statement. I find strength in the madness. Cross out repeated letters. So I'm just starting with I right now. Then we cross out N. Then the T. Cross out the E. Cross out the S. Oh, that E2 and the H. I, F, N, D, oh, cross out that D, S, T, R, Okay. So that's what we have left here. And then you're just gonna rearrange them. Now I'm gonna do that off camera just to save time. And I'm gonna come back showing you the Mantrical sigil that we have. Actually, one thing I did want to say is I like to split it between consonants and vowels. That way it lets me know what vowels I have left when trying to make words. So we're gonna just do that to the side. I, E, A. So since we only have 3, and we have a lot of consonants, we might, this is something that you can do as kind of like to aid. If you have any, you can pull from the repeated consonants to help make it easier to pronounce. That's kind of like a little tip side note. It's not encouraged, but it does help. So yeah, so I'm just gonna write the rest of them and then I'll come back when I'm done. Alright, so we got our Mantrical sigils. Now, so I did the second one off camera just to make it go a little faster. And they're very similar, though they don't necessarily do the same thing. So the first one is, I find strength in the madness. So this is kind of to help you be able to persevere. Whereas the second one, even in chaos, I am calm, that's more or less to help you get into your happy space. Or not in your happy space, but be able to be at peace with what's going on. And so that way you can be able to continue your wellness. So if I had to give suggestions of how to use these, I would say that when you're out and about in the world, at the grocery store or at work or whatever, and you're having to deal with the madness of the people at work, then use the I find strength in the madness, and that should help you be able to persevere, get through the day. Now, once you get home, I would suggest then you use the even in chaos, I am calm. So if you have a rowdy household, this would work for that one. If you have a rowdy workplace, then use the first one. So I'm going to show you the Mantrical sigil. That's the one I went with, and then that's the one for the even in chaos, I am calm. So the way that you want to work this is, you can play around with pronunciations. I'm going to share with you how I would pronounce these, and basically you want to pronounce them slowly and drag them out like you would a mantra in your meditative state. So you would take in a deep breath, exhale. You can do that 1 to 3 times, and then that's kind of like to, neutralize yourself. And then the next breath you take, you would recite the mantra. So I'm going to start with the I find strength in the madness. Fend is ground. And then you would do that as many times as you felt necessary. And then the next one. Vacuum silent. So, those are the pronunciations that I thought were best. And now, you might not be able to do it that loudly. You may need to go to the bathroom or do it maybe on the side of a building or something, so that way you don't get disturbed, or maybe do it on your way walking to the store, on your way walking to work, or on your way walking from the parking lot or wherever to your house. So there's a lot of ways in which you can use them. You can also wait till you can say them at your altar before you go to work, and then after you come from work to home, you can say the other one. But yeah, that's pretty much the Mantrical sigils, and that's pretty much the extent, I think, of this video series, to be honest. Yeah, I was gonna talk about this sigil that I made, but I think I might... I might make that a separate video when I'm talking about what it's used for. So, that's pretty much it. I hope this has served you well. I hope you have a better understanding of how to work with sigils, or at least understand how I do them, so that way when I make future videos and talk about sigils, you understand where I'm coming from. As always, thank y'all so much for watching. Oh, yes, and you have any questions, feel free to reach me. You can make a comment, of course. You can reach me on my platforms, and I do have a number. It's 619-798-9425. They're in, I've made it part of like the upload default, so it should be in every description box. Feel free to text me or make a short phone call on there to if you have any questions. Or you just want to chat, you have a suggestion, or you just don't feel comfortable, you know, publicly commenting on witchcraft or whatever like that, then you can just reach me there. So now we're going to be, this is the last video for the Sigil-Craft mini-series. So now we're going to the second mini-series, which is juju crafting. And so basically that teaches, and that's going to be going more in depth on the major sigils that I mentioned in the first or the intro video. So stay tuned for that. Thank y'all so much for watching. Oh yes, and if you haven't already, you should really consider joining the Facebook page, because I mean, it's kind of over for this series now, but I was uploading or sharing the sigils on there first before the video was uploaded, and so I might do something along the lines of that when it comes to jujus. I'm not sure, I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't really even recorded the video, so we'll see what happens. Thank y'all so much for watching. As always, abundant and eternal blessing. Mwah.